Here we go, guys. You guys want? I'm out here again. I'm trying live, trying to do these live. You know what? Take his hat off. It's hot in here. It's getting hot up here where I'm at. Let's go and see. I don't know what that crap is at the bottom, but let's go. Let's go. Here I am, Watachi. Hatless. Let's see if anybody wants to talk to me. Let's see if anybody's even notified. I think this is a different channel. This ain't my. I don't know. It might be my Watachi Running Free channel. I'm not sure. I have many channels. I don't know why I can't go. I can't do live streams other than this way. I'd rather set it up there and do it horizontally, but YouTube won't let me. That's a fact. Uh, over 2 minutes in, nobody, nobody showing up. I didn't. I don't figure or count on it. There's a couple times that some people get notified and they'll jump in and talk to me, but most of the time you don't get notified. So no biggie. Let me see. It's supposed to be a flat top. I don't know what that little curve in the front's doing. What it is the hair grows in one direction around my head. Uh, I'm going to say this, folks. I don't care if anybody's listening or want to talk to me. I'm going to say this. At one time, people made me defend Obama. Obama! As much as he did to this country. But when he first got elected, because I don't vote, I don't do none of that. You guys throw in my lap what I got to deal with, and at the very beginning of Obama, I was still driving semis. I was arguing with people over the CB radios and ham radios that I had in my semi. I talked on them rather than listening to all that nasty music. But the CB wasn't no cleaner. It was just as nasty. But as that truck driver, I even defended Obama. I was sitting in Chicago. He, the night he was elected, where they knew he was elected. I was coming out of Chicago in a semi, carrying a container going back to Indianapolis, and I was trapped in the traffic that backed up around that stadium that Obama was celebrating in the day he won the election. And for months, I heard all these people just trashing Obama. I didn't know nothing about him. I didn't really pay attention to them. And I was telling these people over on the CB, truck drivers, other men, said, let's give him a chance and see what he does. You guys are still dealing with what Obama brought to the table. Obama brought homosexuality and the fact that in America you can't even define a woman anymore. And he did it using, because he was black, Kingpin. Hey, Kingpin, glad to see you showed up, brother. I love you, man. Hey, you do you, go do what you got to do, but I'm glad you showed up and hit me with a comment, man. That's cool. Love you, man. Have a good night, and may God bless you as he has me. But Obama's the one that brought this homosexuality crap into our country. I don't care who you are, what you believe, whatever. That's a fact. Then he also brought the BLM, destroying all the police departments and everything. He brought all that. He brought that. I was telling people when he first got elected, let's see what he can do. And he didn't do nothing good. Anybody want to prove me wrong about that? What good? Obamacare. If you like your doctors and you like your insurance, he traveled around the United States telling everybody, you can keep it. That was a straight up bald-faced lie. Admiral, I know I'm right. I lived it. I lived through all this stuff, folks. I'm not telling you stuff I'm making up. This ain't coming out of my own brain. This happened around my life. Obama did these things. And you made me defend him when he first got elected. Trump. I want to talk about Trump hard right now, if any of you are willing to listen. Trump. I voted for Trump. I hadn't voted in my life. I voted for Ronald Reagan because that was the first time I was ever allowed to vote legally. I voted for Ronald Reagan. Never voted again till Trump ran for office. I didn't expect Trump to do anything but go in there and throw a monkey wrench right in the middle of the spokes and just wake people up. He did exactly that. But I want you people to look at me right now. The one thing he did that's getting real hard, but I'm on the verge of forgiving him for it. Folks, when that man turned control as the president of the United States, when he turned control over to FEMA, who the CDC and Fauci or whatever that rat family person was, I don't. That is the most treasonous thing Trump could have ever done, because I would have respected him 1,000 times more by looking at these people. And I know people bigger than him came and threatened him, threatened everything about his family. And I by no means consider Trump as somebody who follows the way. And if you don't understand that, you need to go back and watch my videos. But I'll tell you, he not only turned control of our country over to a bunch of so called scientists and organizations with three letters, clown show. He gave them $6.2 trillion to ensure Operation COVID-19 was carried out. $6.2 trillion. The day he signed that check, folks, the day he signed it, he said, I am glad I'm not responsible for this check, because he's never signed any check that big. But he still signed it with his presidential name. Today, they're still taking down videos on my channels, all 7 of them, or no, at least 6 of them, claiming I'm giving medical misinformation about COVID. Everything I said has been proven to be true. My channels are still being blocked and videos taken down because of that. They're taking down videos that I put out 3 years ago off of my Watachi Running Free channel. I put them out 3 years ago. They never took them down. Today they're taking them down because there are people out here that I know that are reporting everything I put out. And without an appeal, they taking all my stuff down again. Now, I've talked about many things in the last 20 years. One thing I want any one of you to explain to me. You women out here who are backing these other things that go on in America, you women, because I'm telling you what, UCLA, before they even went into the compound that they had built, most of the people that were arrested were women. Women are fighting to continue to be able to have abortions at their whim. Kill babies legally anytime they want. Prove me wrong, folks. Women stood up and fought with the homos, right along with the beta males. Stood up and fought so they could have their rights. Now today in America, it's illegal to call a man, a natural born man, if he's in a dress, a woman or a man. You making it illegal. Folks, mental illness is not a law or a right to force on everybody else. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say we that aren't mentally ill have to follow mentally ill stupidity. but you keep passing laws. Men can have babies. Men can have menstrual problems. You guys are, it's great. Oh, and now Biden's pushing a law where men can play in women's sports. The minute men can play in women's sports, women are no longer needed. Do I need to say anything more? Because there is no women who can play against men and win. If there was, we'd already have it on TV. Think I'm lying? Watch and see. Watch and see. Folks, the women helped with the Black Lives Matter, BLM, BLM. The women jumped up and helped with that. What was it? Homosexual women and beta males. Oh, but they claimed a race, a so-called race that doesn't even exist. There's only one race, folks. I don't care how many different colors you want to point out. There is the human race. There is nothing. There ain't no black race and white race. Where's the Caucasian country at? Where is that country at? you guys, my generation allowed this. My parents' generation allowed this. We have allowed these schools to not teach our children what they need to be able to make what America once was. No. These colleges, your high schools, your junior highs, and even your elementary schools are teaching the same hatred and division. I don't care where you live in this country. I've lived in 11 states and over 50 cities, haven't seen any difference. Have you? You see what the colleges are teaching. You parents, some of you, you're paying for this brainwashing. Me and many of people have been telling you for 20 years, 2 decades, we've been telling you the schools are lying to your children. Do you need any more proof? Bureau, BLM. You know what Hey, Faith. Love you out there, Faith. I'm glad you showed up too. BLM. You know what BLM out west was? Bureau of Land Management. That's the same group of federal people that came in on the Bundy Ranch. Do you guys know anything about the Bundy Ranch? Well, there was a lot of that I was a part of. I wanted to be on the ranch, but I never made it there. But the Bundy Ranch, the Bureau of Land Management, the first BLMs I ever heard, and every time I heard BLM, I was thinking, what are these people doing in the city? Well, it was just another part of your language that somebody else takes over. It makes people believe it's the same people. If you don't know about the Bundy Ranch, folks, I'll tell you what, I would have loved to being able to make it there, but I couldn't. But many people I knew did. I didn't have the money. Look it up. And I would have been proud to be a part of that. Now, we got these Muslims. I don't care if you guys want to call that a religion. I don't care if you want to call it a race. It ain't nothing but a bunch of ignorant, foolish people who think they're going to have sex in heaven. 72 virgins if they blow themselves up and take out a bunch of infinite. What else could you think? These people think they're going to have penises and vaginas in heaven. That's the funniest stuff I can come up. I don't even know where they come up with this stuff. But then they follow Muhammad. Come on. Folks, you're telling me if things were just as it was, as they claim when Muhammad was alive, if it was legal for you to rape a 9-year-old girl, if it was legal for anyone to rape a 9-year-old girl, and then when she turns 11, force her into being your wife, and that's your Messiah, that's your prophet. I don't know what you call Muhammad. I don't. And I don't even care what you call him. Anything that would do that and claim it's okay, of course they're going to tell you you're going to get 72 virgins in heaven. If that was legal, any one of you Muslims right now, if that was legal for you to do today, that you could grab up a 9-year-old girl, you Muslim men, because we know the women don't have any abilities in your world. But if it was legal for you to do that today, would you grab up a 9-year-old girl and rape her? I'm asking you, people who follow Muhammad. If you would follow Muhammad, and it was legal back then for him to do it, if it was legal today for you to do it, would you do it? I'm asking. Come on, you Muslims. I know you don't have to tell me the truth, because you can lie to any infidel, anybody that isn't a Muslim. You can lie to them. You can tell them anything you want in public. Oh, yeah, I know that. I grew up around the biggest, what they call them, the temple, you guys. The biggest one in Indiana that finances, where all the money that comes in here for you guys gets blown out to the rest of you across the country. That's in Indianapolis. I videotaped that Muslim, or what do you guys call them? They're not even temples. I can't even remember it. It's been so long since I did those videos. Whatever you call your temples. I used to do all that stuff. I knew back when Obama was in office, you had 32 training camps across the United States. I was in with the 3%ers, the freedom fighters, and all these other groups that were watching you. I know about that stuff. Obama made them, because I'm not a part of none of them. I am a single man. I've never been a group thing. Never have I been a part of any kind of gangs or anything like that ever in my life. Never want to be. The only group of people I want to be involved with is who follows the way. I can only try to help everybody who doesn't. But I was a part of all that stuff. They made them all terrorist groups today. If these guys are wearing tattoos and stuff, just like gang members, just like Crips and Bloods and all that today. The same tattoos are on them guys today as well. Folks, why is it UCLA, all these women are wrapped up in this stuff? Actually, when most of the people got arrested, none of the students or the people that worked at the school were involved at that point. It was people that weren't even going to the schools, weren't even a part of it. Were they illegal immigrants? I'm sure we won't hear that. I bet most of them were. Did you see tent cities they've had on these places? That's better than living on the street. Oh, they just made demands. They got wood, screw guns, all kinds of stuff brought into them. What's wrong with this crap? I don't care what kind of fighting they've been doing over there in the Middle East. Don't bring your fight to America. Don't bring it here. Because there's a comedian that laughs about it, talks about it, said, ain't nowhere else in the world that has what America has and has always had. Nowhere else in the world do you have a bunch of rednecks and hillbillies. And we don't vote. Most of us don't get involved in that crap. And we know how to communicate without electronics. Don't believe me? Watch and see. This ain't over till it's over. It don't matter who wins this election. It's not going to be over till it's over. And that's when Jesus comes back. Don't believe me? Watch and see that. Love you guys. God couldn't show you any more love. Jesus couldn't do any more for you than what he did and what he was put through. I'm here trying to just make you guys seek Jesus. Seek him and see what happens. Don't believe me. Don't believe what I tell you. Seek him and see what happens in your life. But you got to seek him 100%. You can't seek him. Oh, I'm going to seek him this weekend, but next weekend, I'm going to have some fun. No, you can't do that, folks. You got to go 100%. all in. That's what I did. You guys, you do you, but I love you, and I hope you listen. Till the next time, guys, we'll see you.